I'm here to launch my new anti-bullying campaign, which is called Stop Ignoring Me. This campaign I set up in memory of my gorgeous 15-year-old son, Brandon Singh Rayat, who very sadly, after bullying at school, became increasingly suicidal after taking antidepressants and very sadly took his life August 2016, 9.5 months ago. So through my campaign, I'm hoping to criminalise bullying. At the moment, there's no legislation for bullying, no reason for bullies, no consequences for them to stop. We're hoping to put a petition through and hope Parliament consider the changes. We also want clear legislation and guidelines on when does banter become bullying, because at the moment, it's very, very confusing for everybody. While we do this, we have actually started some research on why do adults actually feel it's so necessary to bully another person to the extent of affecting their mental health well-being negatively. Also, we're hoping to embed mental health and anti-bullying education into the curriculum. My long-term vision is actually to set up a service which is in memory of my son Brandon, to help victims of bullying when they feel that they're not being listened to by authorities, by teachers, even by parents and their friends. My dream goal is for no child to ever fear bullying to the extent of refusing school. Lastly, all my details of my campaign are actually online on Facebook, RIP Brandon Singh Rayat. We have also started a crowdfunding which will launch this Tuesday, and it's called Crowd Justice. And what that is ever since Brandon passed away, we are still fighting for justice for Brandon. Obviously, you might not be aware of this, but the authorities that Brandon was under have actually got top barristers which are paid for by public taxpayers. And obviously, the public, we can't afford 30,000-40,000 for 3-4 days of inquest. So I'd like to ask everybody out there who can donate generously, and please help us get justice for our son Brandon. Thank you.
From Leicester City Football Club. I'm the Youth Engagement Officer. It's a pleasure for us to be here and support this Stop Ignoring Me event today. Football epitomises what can be achieved when we work together to achieve a common goal. Leicester City proved this on the pitch last year. Off the pitch, we're working with young people across the city to empower them and give them a voice. No young person should suffer in silence. And we're trying to build their confidence so they can speak up and speak out. I'm going to pass you over to my colleague, Ryan, who's got a personal story that he'd like to share with you.
Good evening, guys. So I'm just going to share sort of a personal story of my own. So when I was around about 11, 12, just moving up to secondary school, I was going through sort of a change, and I was actually bullied myself when I was at school. Not to the extent of the story that we've heard tonight, but at some point, I presume that everybody's experienced bullying in some way. And unfortunately, some of us don't know how to speak out about it. My way of sort of challenging the way that I was think it was by using football. So I used to go home every night. I used to practice football. I had sort of very, very few friends, and each day I was at school, I was either called names or put into a corner, and literally just kicked to death. Really, just everybody was punching, kicking me. And then it wasn't until I was playing for a local football team, and one of the boys in my secondary school who was really popular, his father came to watch me in a football match and actually spotted that I was a really talented little footballer. So he asked me to go training with his team, which is his son played for, who was a really popular figure at the school. So I went on a training session, and then I realised when I got to the training session, all these bullies were at this training session. So I had to sort of suck it up and go with it. So I went with it. Gave my best performance I could playing football, and then these bullies soon realised that I was quite a talented footballer, and they changed their mindset and then became my friends, which is really, really strange. So I'd not actually spoke up about it, which I should have done. And if I'd not have got this talent as a footballer, then nobody would. I might have been in a similar situation. But if anybody in here has experienced any bullying, and you want to speak up about it, you need to speak to somebody. Speak to somebody who you trust, okay? Speak to somebody who's a close family member, because at some point somebody has gone through bullying and nobody should suffer. Because the story we've heard tonight, it's really, really emotional. And the way that I've gone through it is nothing compared to this. So I'm quite lucky that football was my avenue that I took, and it got me out of it. And I instantly became one of the most popular kids in school then. Everybody knew me, everybody wanted to be me. And it's got me where I am today. So I work in primary schools across Leicestershire, and I try and inspire and take that knowledge, what I've learned from my sort of background, and I try and inspire the next generation of kids coming up so they don't suffer. And I try and use football to motivate them, to bring out confidence so they can speak to people about things that are happening in their lives. So yeah, that's just a little personal story I wanted to share with you. We are around, myself and Ish, to speak to anybody. We can talk to you about sessions that we run here, other sessions in different areas across the city, which you can attend for free. We've got some programs to give out, so if anybody wants some match day programs, and we've also got some tickets to give away later on for the final game of Leicester City's home fixture against Bournemouth this Sunday. So we've got 10 tickets to give out later on. So yeah, come and speak to us, come and have a chat. If there's anything you want to talk about, yeah, we're here. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. I think that's really important for young people to hear that. We're now going to have the launch ceremony of starting the campaign. I would like Councillor Manjula Sood to start the launch and cut the ribbon. Thank you. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, friends. This evening, I will say this evening is dedicated to Brendan. We are here to celebrate his life, first of all. For 15 years, he gave joy to his parents, his family. And then, tragically, he was brought to that point that he felt he needs to take his life. Bullying, as you are saying, first of all, I would like to say, pay you a big tribute. As a woman, I have gone through that. 21 years ago, my husband died suddenly. I had different sort of bullying, being a woman. Don't do this, don't do this. People, my friends who know me before what I was and today what I am. But after that, I searched myself. Do I need to be bullied? Do I need to be told by other people what I have to do? If I am true to my own self, and that's how I started this journey. I came into politics, which wasn't an easy field, being a woman. I saw double, I say sexism and racism. Those days, on one hand, I had nobody to talk to, but my friends were there to support me, and I said, no, enough is enough. We have to do something. And today, my heart inside is crying for the parents, but on the other hand, what I will appreciate that sport is where we learn the values, teamwork, how do we play together. A couple of weeks ago, in the city center from Jubilee Square, young children from all backgrounds, we started, first time ever, Walk for Values. And they came to Humberstone Road. One of the pop singer of 80s, Dana Gallipy from Somerset, she came and she sang free of charge. She said, Leicester is the first to take this role. And she said, I'll come back again whenever you want me. So we have to work together. Schools, they have to listen. When somebody comes and says, or the parents say, and I know the system has failed Brendan and his family. When they should have been there for them to support, but unfortunately, nobody listened. My own sons went to Judge Meadow, and my younger son, in his dad's memory, he has sponsored an award every year to the best student, and he was telling me, Mom, I'm going to withdraw that. If that school is not providing support for the parents, why should we have sponsor? We can go somewhere else and sponsor someone. So bullying is something, it doesn't affect one person. It can happen to anyone. Discrimination, racism, we have to get rid of these words. But one person can't do that. We have to work together. Why should children be bullied in the school? Parents leave them in the school in the care of teachers. I was the first Asian female primary school teacher in Leicester. And I have never allowed anybody to bully. And that time, people were new to the city, 1973s. They came. And I went out of my way to help people. But I'm not saying that the bullying will stop, but with this campaign, it will bring awareness. We have to all work together. If your child comes home, because especially in Asian culture, we always say teacher is the guru. What teacher says is okay, listen to them. But if your child comes home, please don't tell them off. Listen to them. They got something to tell you. You have to be their friends, not as parents. Because those days are over. If we don't listen to our children, how would they understand what life is? Then sometimes they get frightened. That's why if I go home, parents will tell me off. So take the issue straight away, go to the school, and then say, and the governing bodies. Governors are there to look after the schools. And if nothing happens, then you can get to the city council or the authorities. But somebody has to do something. And in Brandon's memory, he's watching over us. I'm sure that other lives can be saved, whether young, old, something. Because some people are very sensitive, emotionally, they can't take anything. But if we stand together, then we can get rid of this evil. And Leicester City Football Club, you know that, they have been a pioneer in starting kick racism out of football. And I had, when Special Olympics was my appeal when I was Lord Mayor. So we should follow you people, and because Brandon loved football, so you are the pioneers. Even before every game, tell Adel Burcher, everybody, to stand up and talk, say something about bullying, and take this message out in your places of worship, wherever you go, that bullying is not acceptable. It should be zero tolerance in society. And I will say that thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Rayat for taking up this initiative. And I'm sure that you will save and help other people. Thank you very much.
I'm going to be very brief. I want to pay tribute to Mina and Rajinder and Jaydeep for the way in which they have raised this very important issue, which is very personal to them, but also very pertinent and relevant to all of us as parents. When Mina and Rajinder and Jaydeep came down to Parliament and they spoke to the Minister before we held the debate about Brandon's death, the Minister said that as a direct result of what Mina, Rajinder and Jaydeep have done, that she would ensure that the practices that currently exist would be changed. Because you know it takes a brave family who have gone through incredible grief to be able to stand up and say that this has not been right. And that is what they have done. And that is why I'm here today, to fully support what they are trying to do, to raise this issue in a positive and constructive way, and to remind all, including those on the council, that they have to take responsibility when things go wrong. So I am fully supportive of the crowdfunding initiative that has been launched today. I will support it in any way that I can. I will present your petition to Parliament if and when I'm able to do so. And thirdly, I think the importance of the hotline cannot be overestimated. There needs to be that third party who can be listening at the other end of the phone. Sometimes young people don't want to go to parents or teachers. So that line, which works so well for the Samaritans, matters. Brandon's line, how we can remember this bright young boy who was so popular at his school, how we can honour his memory, but also, more important than anything else, stop this ever happening again. Thank you very much.
So happy, but without you here I feel so low. I watched you as you left, but I can never seem to let you go. Cause once upon a time you were my everything. It's clear to see that time hasn't changed a thing. No, it's buried deep inside me, but I feel there's something you should know. Oh, I will never forget you, and you'll always be by my side. From the day that I met you, I knew that I would love you till the day I die. And I will never want much more. And in my heart I will always be sure that I will never forget you, and you'll always be by my side. Understand nothing was wrong for me, so I don't plan on stopping it all. I want this forever mine. I'm shutting it down in the mall and telling every girl she the one for me, and I ain't even planning to call. I want this forever mine. I want this forever mine. I want this forever mine. I want this forever mine.
Hello everybody, thank you for coming today. Like I was introduced earlier, my name's Gyano Johal and I'm the Director of Life Balance Arts. I believe arts in health is really important to basically give yourself a rest from everyday stresses. I've been working in arts in health for the last 15 years, and I'll be delivering a creative workshop. We're become a society of tick boxes. We don't rest, we don't do anything fun. Art's been cut out of the school curriculum. Basically, everything's on the go, social media. Creativity has many benefits for your well-being, your mental health well-being. You know, holistically, it allows you to stop thinking. It allows you to get rid of your anxiety. It's used in mental health as well, where I've worked for 2 years. So I think we need to basically go back to basics and bring a bit of fun into our lives. Everything's important in life, education, achievements, but we also need to be holistically happy in our mind, body and soul. Now I'm going to introduce you to our ambassador, Dr. Karen Jutler, who is ambassador to Life Balance Arts. She will talk about what creativity is and the many benefits. Thank you.
Thank you, Gianna. I don't think you give yourself enough credit. I'm Dr. Karen Jutler. I'm a senior lecturer in mental health and dementia studies at De Montfort University here in Leicester. And Gianna approached me about Life Balance Arts and asked me to be an ambassador for the initiative. And I was so pleased because one of the reasons I'm in the School of Nursing at De Montfort is to develop non-pharmacological interventions to support people with mental health problems and dementia and deliver it as a nursing intervention. The use of medication and antipsychotics, although are beneficial for some people, can have negative side effects depending on the type of illness that you're living with, okay? Now, when you... so I was saying the use of antipsychotics for some people are beneficial, but they can have negative side effects for a lot of people. And what we don't realise is physically what happens in the body when you engage in a creative activity, okay? And any form of active meditation that takes you out of the world that you're in and you become so immersed into that very activity is so beneficial for the mind. And actually, as a neurologist by background, has extreme benefits for you cognitively, okay? We've tested this at De Montfort University. So, for example, if somebody's struggling to eat or coordinate movement because of a mental health issue like dementia, if you deliver a creative intervention with them first, it could be painting, drawing, a song, dance, anything creative, directly after that intervention, then go and ask them to eat, actually they cognitively start to function better, use the cutlery better, and just perform it by themselves in a much easier way. So you can see what it does for the mind. And Gianna approached me in my eclectic dancers, with my eclectic dancers hat on, and I just thought, do you know what? I have been looking for a medium whereby people are bringing together art and mental health well-being. So I jumped straight on board, and anything I can do to support the initiative and develop it further would be great. So thank you.
Now that I'm not so nervous, just like to add that mental health is a really taboo subject and really stigmatized within our communities, and one of my ultimate aims is to break that stigma, whether it's through creativity or other means. We cannot just stop. We have to take notice and, you know, look around what's happening. 1 in 3 people are suffering from some form of mental health issues. 1 in 10 kids. So if you look around, do your calculations in this room, there could be, quite a few of us. And I think I want people to sort of stand up and talk about this, get rid of the taboo around it. Don't think it's jaduduna or, whatever sort of backward thinking we've got around this subject area. Hopefully you're going to do your dance next. And if you want any further information, I've got my website, www.lifebalancearts.co.uk. And Karen would like to just add something.
I just want to say, because it builds nicely into the next bit, creative therapies don't just improve you in terms of your mental well-being, but they give you so many social skills and they actually bring people together.
Right, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who supported us today, the singers, the dancers, especially her, the dancers, and the other lady, I don't know her name, sorry, but you've all been supportive, and thank you very much for supporting us in this very difficult time.
I just want to say the same as Raj, my husband, that you know, we couldn't have done this event without everybody's support and through this difficult time. But I'd like to just say thank you to Goals Soccer Club Leicester, where Brandon used to play football on Friday night and Saturday, for letting us have this event here. I'd also like to say thank you to King Power, who's supporting our campaign, Stop Ignoring Me. I'd like to say thank you to Midland Seva Centre and Deer Singh here, who supplied all the food for us. Thank you. Casa TV, thank you so much. Benisha Bagatia for her lovely tribute to Brandon. Gianno Johal from Life Art Balance has really been supporting me and helping me through this. Karan Jutla from Electric Dancers. Also, obviously, our local MP, Keith Vaz, and our councillor, Manjula Sahood. I'd also like to say thank you to Shakti Women Leicester that helped me while Brandon wasn't well, and, you know, very positive and helping me, you know, helping me through this tough time. Also, the DJ, I think they're from the Five Rivers. Right, so we've had a planning group that's helped us, and obviously my lovely dear friend Cami Kaur, who's been like my rock through this. Every time I fall, she's picked me up and made me believe in myself. So I just want to say thank you. Just if I've missed anybody else out, you know, just thank you, everybody. Just thank you.